We did an unusual challenge plot on Chad's farm this year, looking at profitability at different corn prices.
What was the game plan? What would we have done if we had said, hey, this time last year, if we had $4 corn, what would you do? What did we do? We started selling $4 corn. So if he says we're going to do a challenge spot with $2 corn, I'm going to kick him in his knee. Like, we can't do this again.
So what we did is we built a fertility program if we would have $4 corn, $6 corn, and $8 corn. And what we found is growers are spending about 18 to 20% on their fertility budget. So we used that number and built three fertilizer programs at those different price ranges, applied the fertilizer, and then came back to see what our yield and return on investment was in the fall.
Yeah.
So what we found come harvest is yields were all pretty similar. We had a range of 267 to 281. But if we put those economics to it, what we paid for that fertility program, our ROI was very similar, really not a huge difference between those three fertility programs. And that just kind of proved that growers can spend that 18 to 20% and get that return in yield to offset that extra fertilizer cost.
So to a point, it was like 5.4,
Yep.
5.6,
And 5.5.
and 5.5, and that was 4, 6, and 8. So that's $5 for every $5 you spend, you're getting a return on it.
Yes.
For every dollar you spend.
Yeah, every dollar you spend.
For every dollar you spend, you're getting a $5 return on it.
Yeah.
So that's the way it was placed out to be an exact number spent. Well, it won, but how did it win? That's how it won. So that's how close it was.
If I'm looking out to next year, aligning my expenses with my revenue, because we're talking about spending 18 to 20%, I'm going to look at December 2025 corn. And whatever my yield goal is, if it's 200 bushels per acre, take that times 425 or whatever December 2025 is today as we're filming this. And then you can kind of back into it a little bit.